Knowing everything about your AI tools and finishing nothing with them is the most invisible productivity failure available right now. You've got bookmarks for tools you can't pronounce, folders called AI Experiments Final, V7 Final, all caps, which is how you know it's not final. You might be living it. Hours spent learning prompting frameworks, testing new models, and watching capability breakdowns. And at the end of the week, the thing that you were supposed to build is exactly where it was on Monday, which is already a feat because Monday's bar was already on the floor, and you limboed under it with a hangover. The problem is not the tools. The tools, they're extraordinary. The problem is you opened them without a direction. Think about what a GPS does the moment you enter an address. Before the destination, the roads are going everywhere. Everything's equally relevant. You could study the map for hours and you'd know more every minute. Meanwhile, the map is sitting there in a passive-aggressive silence, quietly whispering, "I don't care where we go, just pick a coordinate so I can stop recalibrating." The moment you enter a destination, the same information becomes a route. Irrelevant information disappears. The 3 turns you need become obvious. Nothing about the map has changed. Your information about where you're going is what changed information to a direction. AI tools are the map. Most people open them without a destination, so everything looks equally worth knowing. It might matter. Better understand it first. And the afternoon is gone. So is Tuesday, and Wednesday's looking really nervous. Not because they know less, because they know exactly where they're going. In 2008, Warren Buffett made a bet, $1 million. His wager, a simple index fund, would outperform an actively managed hedge fund portfolio over 10 years. His destination was specific: beat the market managers with minimal complexity. That clarity made the instrument selection immediate. He didn't need to study every available strategy. Most were irrelevant before he even looked. Ted Sides of Protege Partners took the other side of the bet. His funds had superior information, constant monitoring, and some of the sharpest minds in the world studying every moment. No equivalent clarity about destination. Meanwhile, Warren was like, "Yeah, I'll buy the whole market and I'll go fishing." In 2017, Warren's index fund produced 7.1% annually. The hedge funds, they averaged 2.2%. More tools, more information, more analysis, worse outcome. This is not an encouraging story if you work at a hedge fund. But you don't work at a hedge fund. You're sitting here watching a video with a guy who's about to talk about frogs. The person that knows exactly where they're going doesn't need to study every road. So the question worth sitting with is not which AI tool you should be using. It's what are you specifically trying to build? Name the outcome, not a category, the specific result. Something you can point to, not just explain confidently in a meeting. That document exists, the system gets run, the decision gets made. The thing that is real at the end of the week that wasn't real at the beginning. Once you have that, the tool selection takes minutes, if not seconds. You scan the landscape, you recognize what you need and ignore everything else. Not because it isn't interesting, but because it doesn't go where you're going. The learning happens in service of a specific destination, and it's fast because it's filtered. In this book, I wrote about Felicity the frog and Toby the spider. Now, Toby overdoes everything, so it's engineered, thorough, and genuinely impressive. It wouldn't surprise me if Toby showed up and said, "Behold my 47-step web algorithm with inbuilt fly real-time analytics." And there's a dashboard. There's always a dashboard. Felicity, she just sits there. Looks like she's half asleep. Then the fly lands. Felicity goes full sniper mode and is fed before Toby even opens his datasheet, which, to be fair, is still loading. Same environment, completely different relationship with outcome clarity. The difference between these two is not intelligence, It's not effort. It's not even the tools available. It's whether you started with a specific destination or started with the system. The tool was never the question. The destination was. Unless your destination is to become the most well-read person who's never shipped anything, which, in that case, carry on. Which is the source of your anxiety, being mildly informed about nothing particularly useful while perfecting your confident face. You can't find what you need until you know where you're going. If you haven't worked out where you're going yet, pop down to the Yallourn Botanic Garden at the Sir John Monash Museum. They've got this amazing Lego room where you can explore different items and find what really works for you. It's a beautiful spot to come and have a look at and play. I'm Damien Andrews, and remember, the quality of thinking you bring to AI determines everything.